All right, this is just going to be a short video on books and sources. Now, I don't have very many sources listed. They'll be in the description. And most of the time, I will order from eBay as a source. And I can't recommend right now any specific vendors because sometimes they offer what I'm saying and sometimes they don't. So just do a search on eBay for the various items. Now, on some of my sources, I haven't ordered from them in a long time. So, if you have any problems ordering from them, or if the information I'm providing is not current, I apologize. Okay, now the latest sources that I use, or the most current sources that I personally use, are people that I have met personally, and usually at nap-ins, right? Or at sometimes people will come visit me, and we'll establish a friendship that way. And I'll get stone from them or things from them in trade, and that sort of thing. Or I'll get items by communicating with people in forums, okay, and not ordering from my sources. So it's getting more and more likely that I will get items that are not from the sources that I'm listing. Okay, I get most of my stuff now from personal contacts and also gathering it myself. The wood, the stone, I gather myself in a lot of cases. So I just wanted to put that out. It's a little bit of a heads up on the sources. Okay. Now, one source in the description is Tundra Leather. They are a supporter of this channel, and they send me leather items like pads and stuff. So I just want to mention that too. I think that's it. If I have forgotten a source that I think it's important, I'll put it as a comment in the description. No, underneath the description, or I'll edit the description. Okay, sometimes people will see the comment and not the description. I'll probably put it in both places if I forget something. Okay, and if you want to put your own information in my comments as a source for rocks or whatever, that's perfectly fine. You can do that. I won't delete it or anything unless you're not being honest and you're selling something that's not too cool, you know what I mean? So that's it. I'm just going to go over the books. I've done this before. I have another video where I go over books, but I constantly get asked this question, so I'm going to do this again. All right. So just another heads up. This book is out of print. I think the other one is just after this one is out of print, which means you can probably only get it as a ebook or a Kindle type thing, or whatever it's called. Okay, now some of these books down here, I got a whole stack. Some of them don't have their paper covers like this one. This one has a paper cover still. A lot of my books are so well used or so worn out that the paper covers, I cannot keep them on there. I mean, they're all ripped. So just keep in mind that you'll need to look up the name of the book and the author, and not paying attention too much to what I've got as the book itself. Okay, but I think it's productive that I show the book itself and also the title, just so you get the idea, so you won't buy the wrong book. Okay, so here we go. Stone Age Spear and Arrow Points of California and the Great Basin, Noel D. Justice. Stone Age Spear and Arrow Points of Southwestern United States. Stone Age Spear and Arrow Points of the Mid-Continental and Eastern United States, U.S. A modern survey and reference. Field Guide to Projectile Points of the Midwest, Noel Justice, and others. Now, this is a 4-part series, this Boyer's Bible, Traditional Boyer's Bible, Volume 4. I'm showing because this one has the Arrows of the World in it, a chapter called Arrows of the World, and it also has Ishii's Tackle. Okay, so that's useful for what I do on this channel, so that's why I'm showing that one. But you can invest in the whole 4-part series. 2 recent purchases I made, and these are widely available, right? Hopefully still. Poison Arrows, North American Indian Hunting and Warfare by David E. Jones. I think he has more than one book too. I need to get his other book too. Let's see, what else? North American Indigenous Warfare and Ritual Violence, edited by Richard Chacon and Ruben Mendoza. Okay, this is a big book. It's from the Texas A&M University Press, I believe, right? The Prehistory of Texas, edited by Timothy K. Pertula. Yeah, Texas A&M University Press, College Station. You have to order it from their website, I believe, and it's a made to order, so they only print these when they get an order, so it takes some time to get it. I think it's at least 4 weeks, so got to be patient with that. Let's see, Indian and Eskimo artifacts of North America. This may not be the cover that you'll see advertised, right? I think this used to have a paper cover. I don't know. I bought this used. It's full of photographs. It's got stone artifacts, stone arrowheads. You know, it's an excellent book. Okay, just to give you an idea. It's all black and white, but it's still excellent. All right. New York Projectile Points in Typology and Nomenclature, William A. Ritchie. New York State Museum. Now this book here fell apart on me. It's a very old book, right? So I just put the cover in this sleeve here, and all the pages are within sheet protectors in this little notebook. Luckily, the pages fit perfectly within the sheet protector. It was in such bad shape after I've been using it for a while that all the pages basically fell out. It was a paperback. Okay. Archaeology of New York State by William A. Ritchie, revised edition. Both excellent references. This one has no paper cover anymore. It won't look like this when you try to order it or look for it. Encyclopedia of Native American Bows, Arrows, and Quivers. This one is volume 2. Sorry about the focus there. Let's see. There we go. By Steve Alele and Jim Ham. This is volume 1. Again, no paper cover. Native American Bows, Arrows, and Quivers, volume 1. Same authors. You won't see it look like this when you see the advertisement for it, or you won't. If it's on Amazon, you won't see it. It won't look that way. So just go by the title and the authors. Okay. North American Bows, Arrows, and Quivers, an Illustrated History by Otis Tufton Mason. Now this is a reprint of a very old book, forward by Steve Alele, and it's all black and white, text and illustrations. Excellent illustrations, although the information is sketchy. It is only partial when it comes to the descriptions, and some of it may not be as accurate as we would like, right? But it's still an extremely useful book for doing reproductions. All right. Bows, Arrows, and Quivers of the American Frontier by John Baldwin. Now, there's a lot of duplication between this book and that book. Illustrations and descriptions from this book are also in this book, right? But there are a lot of original photographs, which are interesting as well. So even though you're going to get duplicates of Otis Tufton Mason's book in this one, you will still get some nice photographs, so you'll have an idea of the colors, which is highly important when doing replication work. Okay, color photographs. That's why I bought this book. I bought it for the color photographs, even though they're limited, but they're invaluable. Okay, for me anyway. This is a very expensive book. I think it's out of print, but it might be worth it for you. This is another Texas University, A&M University Press, College Station. It is a Clovis Lithic Technology Investigation of a Stratified Workshop in the Galt Site, Texas. Okay, and this might be print to order as well. I got this as a hardback. I don't know if they offer it like this anymore. And I also will recommend this magazine here, Primitive Archer. Surprise, surprise, because I actually write a article and a column for this particular magazine. Okay, so I will recommend it as well. Now you can go on the Primitive Archer forum. They have thousands, literally thousands of posts that are useful information for especially bow makers, but for everything else too. You can find, if you just look through all the forum categories, you'll see it's very well rounded. Lots of people participate, and I get on there all the time. There was a time where I wasn't posting very much at all, but I'm starting to post more now. Okay, I think that's it. If I do forget something, or if I did forget something, I'll put it both in the description. I'll revise the description, and I'll put it as a comment. Right? Some people look at comments, and some people look at descriptions, and I think it's best if I put it in both places. If I forget something, I think I already mentioned, if you want to put your contact information in the comments, that's perfectly fine. Let's see what else. Yeah. The library I use on this particular channel is not very extensive as far as books themselves. Most of my references I am getting, or most of the references I'm using are off the internet. And a lot of times there are sites like Texas Beyond History and other sites, American Museum of Natural History, and that sort of thing. I'll get information from those sites, and I won't quote them as sources. I'll just be using like illustrations that I've memorized, or I'm doing things off of memory from those sites. But I probably should put links to those sites as well in the description, just as information sources. Let's see, what else? I think that's it. Just a heads up, I'm having computer issues. My computer now is down because I was trying to restore it. It was beginning to slow down, so I tried to restore it back to a previous spot, and now it doesn't work. So it'll be about 2 weeks before I can do, the fancy video editing where I can make these long hour and more videos, hour long or more videos. So I'll be posting short videos and going back to the same old that I was doing before, where it was only like 30 minutes at a time, and then uploading straight from my phone, and then uploading the thumbnail later, that sort of thing, as I have time. It takes longer to do everything on my phone than it does on the computer, so we'll see how that works. It shouldn't be more than 2 weeks. I should be up and running again. All right, I think that's it. Okay.